Good evening guys, I am Mr. Lerida and I am here to talk about the Marpol Annex 1, Marpol Annex 2, and Marpol Annex 3. So in Marpol Annex 1, which is the regulation for the prevention of pollution by oil, it is one of the most important international and marine environment conventions. It entered on October 2, 1983. It has two causes. The operational causes and the accident causes. So both operational and accidental causes can make an oil spill that can go into the river, bays, and ocean that can cause marine pollution. So spill can be caused by people mistake or being careless. Oil record book. So in every oil tanker of 150 gross tonnage and above, and in every ship that of 400 tonnage and above other than oil tanker shall be provided with an oil record book. So in oil record book, it has two major parts: the machinery space operation and the cargo or ballast operation. So in machinery space operation, it includes ballasting, discharge dirty ballast, and bunkering of fuel. While in cargo or ballast operation, it includes loading of oil cargo, unloading of oil cargo, and discharge of water from slope tanks. So in Marpol Annex 1, it provided with SOPIP. So what is SOPIP? SOPIP is the Shipboard Oil Pollution Emergency Plan. So SOPIP is a prevention plan carried on board tanker which is greater than 150 tonnage and 150 tonnage in oil tanker and more than 400 gross tonnage in vessel. So in Marpol Annex 1, it talks about how to prevent oil pollution at the sea. So let's proceed in the Marpol Annex 2, which is the regulation of the prevention of pollution by noxious liquid substance in bulk. So the main principle of Annex 2 is to dilute or to lessen in seawater to prescribe limits depending on pollution hazard. So it entered on October 2, 1983. So Marpol Annex 2, or the noxious liquid, has four parts, four categories: the noxious X, noxious Y, and noxious Z. I mean the category X, category Y, and category Z, and other substance. So in category X, it all detailed here the major risk to our marine environment. So when we say major risk, it is the most harmful category of all parts. So in category Y, it has a moderate risk to our marine environment. In category Z, it has minor risk to our marine environment. And lastly, the other substance, it is considered as no harm to our marine environment. So in Marpol Annex 1, we have an oil record book. Here in Marpol Annex 2, we have cargo record book. So cargo record book shall be in the form specified, and it is important that the book is kept up to date with any revisions. So in Marpol Annex 1, we've got SOPIP. Here in Marpol Annex 2, we've got SMPEP, which it means that Shipboard Marine Pollution Emergency Plan. So in Shipboard Marine Pollution Emergency Plan, it requires every ship of 150, greater than 150 gross tonnage and above that is certified to carry noxious liquid substance in bulk to carry on board. So that's it. In Marpol Annex 2, it is all about how to prevent or minimize the noxious liquid pollution. So in Annex 3, so in Marpol Annex 3, which is the regulation for the prevention of pollution by harmful substance carried by the sea in package form. So it contains requirements of safety handling of packaged substance that represent a serious risk to the marine environment. So it entered on July 1, 1992. So Marpol Annex 3 has two parts, the packaging and marking and labeling. So packaging is defined of containment specified for harmful substance, while marking and labeling is packaging containing a harmful substance shall be durably marked with correct technical name to indicate that the substance is a marine pollutant. So in Marpol Annex 3, there are 8 regulations. The first regulation is application. So application, it means to apply ship carrying harmful substance in package form. The second one is packing. It shall be adequate to minimize the hazard to the marine pollutant. Marine environment. The third one is marking and labeling. It shall be durably marked with, as I said earlier, it should be durably marked and write technical name to indicate that this package form is marine pollutant. The fourth one is documentation. So documentation is give a list or manifest setting forth the harmful substance on board and the location. The fifth one is stowage. Harmful substance must stored and secured to minimize the hazard to the marine environment. The sixth one is quantity limitations. Need to be prohibited to carriage or be limited as to the quantity which may be carried aboard anyone on ship. The seventh one is exceptions. So harmful substances carried in package form shall be prohibited except when it is necessary needed. So the lastly is port state control on operational requirements. So this ship is subject to inspect by officer duly authorized. So in Marpol Annex 3, it include the 9 parts of IMDG code. Which is the first one is explosive. So in explosive, we include the fireworks, big inflectors, and fuse. The second one is gases. So in gases, we include the oxygen, natural gas, carbon dioxide, lighters, and aerosols. So the third one is flammable liquid. So flammable liquid, it includes acetone, paints, gasoline, aerosol, and methanol. The fourth one is flammable solid. So in flammable solid, we include the cerium, lutetium, and neodymium. Fifth one is oxidizing substance. It includes hydrogen peroxide, potassium sodium nitrite, and oxygen generators. So the sixth one is toxic and infectious substance. It includes here the um, clinical waste, pesticides, phenol, and biological waste. So the seventh one is radioactive materials. So radioactive materials includes uranium, let's call this nuclear, thorium, and plutonium isotopes. So the eighth one is corrosive. In corrosive, we include the sulfuric acid, nitric acid, and acetic acid. And lastly, the miscellaneous dangerous goods. In, it includes here the battery powder, asbestos, um, oxidilhide ammonia. So in Annex 3, it talks about how to prevent pollution by harmful substance in ship carried by a sea in package form. So that is all. Thank you for watching.